Hey, this is Issey Yumiba. We just got to Westchester Skate Park, the Barrack Skate Park. It's a new plaza that opened up. And today we're going to be working on some frontside flips. All ways. All four ways. Cool. First off, we're going to be working on regular frontside flips. This trick's like, I don't know, it was like one of my favorite tricks when I started skating. I pretty much got my kick flips down first and my 180s. So it's important to know how to 180 because when you do a frontside flip, your shoulders have to turn all the way around. Because if you don't turn all the way around, you're going to stop halfway and you're not going to be able to continue the rotation. And you also need to have the kick flip because you need to have that motion of flicking out. But you also have to flick out and around on a frontside flip. So it's a little bit different. It might be a little bit harder just because you have to get it to flick and spin around at the same time. But I'll give you guys some pointers to help you guys out with that. Everyone pretty much puts their feet in different spots because everyone does them differently. I don't know if you guys have seen like Andrew Reynolds' trick tip, but he says he puts his foot like back here in the corner pocket, but that I can't really do it like that. I pretty much put my foot like on the tail. So pretty much like I'm gonna do an ollie. I don't really put it in the pocket. I put it back here and then front foot. When I started off, it was more like down here because I couldn't flick out all the way. I would kind of just like flick to the side. But as I got better, like I would slide my foot up more because I was able to get that motion of going like that more. But at first, yeah, I started kind of down lower. The most important thing is before you even pop the board, you kind of want to have like your shoulders turned a little bit. So for me, I kind of like get ready to like turn my shoulders. Because if I could do it going like this too, but if I'm like slightly turned, when I flick it and I catch it like this, all I have to do is like kind of unwind my shoulders a little bit to like continue that rotation. So it helps out a lot if you kind of have your shoulders turned. You guys will kind of figure it out as you try. But yeah, that's one important key. And as far as the flick goes, it's you gotta flick out, but at the same time you gotta flick like around like that. Next up, we're gonna do fakie frontside flips. So the fakie frontside flips will be a lot easier if you have your regular ones down. I think for some of you guys, like it might be easier to get the flick just because you're going the other way, so your ankle kind of catches on better. But it'll look a lot better if you have your regular frontside flips down. I learned my fakie ones after my regular ones, but it's pretty much for stance-wise, I set it up the same exact way as a frontside flip, but I'm just riding the other way. So my front foot, I'll put it, if I'm rolling that way, since I'm regular, I'll put it right on the tail right there. And my front foot is like right around there, or maybe even a little higher. Okay, and I slant it a little bit. I don't really put it completely sideways, because when it's tilted like that, it kind of helps to go with the flick. So I kind of point it, and then yeah, front foot on the tail. But I'm completely like this when I do it, so my body's parallel, okay? And then once I pop, that's when I flick out, and then I'll catch it halfway, like that, and then kind of like unleash my shoulders so I continue like that rotation. It might be hard for you guys to like get the flick, and I know a lot of you guys are telling me like, oh, I can only land my tricks with like one foot on the board. But that's because you guys have to like keep working on the flick. If you don't, I mean, once you get the flick down super good, it's gonna be easier to get both feet on the board. Next up, we're gonna do switch frontside flips. For switch frontside flips, I flip my board around. So usually I use the tail as the back, but I use the nose as the back for switch frontside flips. So I ride my board the other way. The principles of a switch frontside flip are pretty much the same as a regular one. So I mean, any of these trick tips work both ways. Like when I do a switch flip, the same principles go for doing a regular kick flip. But the only thing with the switch frontside flip is you want to try to have your switch flips down, and maybe your switch 180s a little bit too. Because if you don't have your switch flips good, it's gonna be hard to like get that flick. Because the switch frontside flip, it's a little bit, for me at least, it's kind of hard, a lot harder than a switch flip. Since even though I have switch flips really good, you have to flick the board out, and then like your front foot kind of has to go around at the same time too. So it's kind of hard to get that motion where you kick out and around. So it's important to have a good switch flip before you start. Foot positioning, pretty much the same as regular for me. I'll slam my front foot just like that. Back foot right on the tail. Right before I pop, I'll kind of turn my shoulders. So it helps me like spin it around and like get it around. Because if you don't turn your shoulders, the whole like rotation is gonna be just in your flicks. So if you kind of have your shoulders turned a little bit, you don't have to flick the board as hard. So that kind of helps out a lot. Yeah, for switch ones, they might be kind of challenging, but it might be a little bit easier for some people because you are landing regular. So a lot of people say like switch ones are easier, but it's kind of different for everyone. So for nollie frontside flips, yeah, I really got my nollie flips down really good before I started doing nollie frontside flips. Because if you know how to flick back good, all you have to do is flick back, but kind of like to the side. So you catch it halfway, and then all you gotta do is like continue that rotation back around. One important thing, like for all the frontside flips, I learned them on a pyramid first. Because when you do it on a pyramid, you don't have to turn it around as much. So it kind of got me used to like catching it and then turning it a little bit. But on a pyramid, you don't have to go like all the way around. So that really helps. Alright guys, thanks for checking out the frontside flip trick tips. I hope it kind of helped you guys get some basic pointers to learn the tricks. Hit me up on Facebook. I know a lot of you guys have been sending me videos and stuff, so it's pretty cool to check those out. And if I didn't cover anything, I could help you guys out on there. So I'm gonna get back to skating. So you guys, good luck out there and have fun. I'll see you guys next time. Later.